What's going on, Facebook, family, friends, YouTube, and any of my subscribers and viewers that listen to me and watch me on the online platforms? I want to thank you for your support today and every day, and I do appreciate you listening and watching sometime. But this is going to be a video pertaining to something that I believe happened in my area, around my property, and around my neighbor's property. As you all know, I do have a greenhouse in my backyard. And 2 greenhouses, as a matter of fact. And I grow different type of plants and fruit trees and things of that nature. But community, I want to say something today pertaining to a situation I saw this morning, because anyone that gardens and farms and do anything like that, and some people have homestead, that they have a bunch of property that they grow things on. You know, sometimes animals come into these properties, dangerous animals. And sometimes dangerous individuals come on people's properties, unsuspected and unknowing. And you don't know that they came into your property, but on your property. There's some intruder has been on your property. And this is what I'm saying. I keep several big heavy tires stacked up in the corner of my backyard fence behind my shed, right? And those tires rest to the top of that fence just about. And adjacent to my property, people, some very, very good neighbors on the back of me that live back there and living behind me for years. Wonderful people. Lovely people. They're my neighbors. And they're my family. I'm not going to call their name. But let me tell you one thing about me and about my neighbors around here. If you coming across that fence from my side of the property, or if you coming across that fence from their side of the property into my yard, I'm going to tell you something right now, law officials. I don't want anyone climbing my fence, coming on my property or my neighbor's property. I don't want you violating my right as a property owner, and if I see you violating my right, you won't violate anyone's rights anymore. You won't violate anyone's right anymore. If I see you, if the Spirit of the Lord see you coming across my fence, whether you coming out of my yard or coming from my neighbor's yard, there's a bolt of electricity going to hit you all through your body, from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. And it's going to knock you from that fence, and you're going to wish you was dead when you hit the ground. Do not, and I repeat, in the name of Jesus, do not trespass on my property in the daytime or nighttime. If I haven't given you permission to come into my yard, and I haven't given anyone permission to come into my yard at nighttime, do you hear me? You don't have my permission to be in my yard doing anything, neighbors, people that work around my house, anybody. I don't give you permission to come in my yard for no reason, or my neighbor's backyard in the nighttime if you have done this. And if you all know somebody in this area, you better get the word out, because you could very well be looking at that person in a very, very messed up condition by violating my rights as a property owner coming on my property. If you came on my property, I promise you, don't let it happen again. Because you just may not make it back alive. You may not be living anymore. And I mean what I say. I mean what I say. Don't violate my rights and my neighbor's rights if you climbing across that fence. And I promise you, you won't climb across nobody else's fence, and I won't be laying a finger on you. I can tell you that right now. I don't have to touch you. No one has to touch you for your life to be snatched from your body. You're climbing somebody's fence that they done put up to keep you out. And you big, bad, rough, and tough now. And you climbing people's fences around in this neighborhood where I live at. Something's going to happen to you. Hear me closely. Hear me very closely. If you're coming across any of my property lands or my neighbor's property land, I'm not going to put no camera on their house. I'm telling you, you're in spiritual trouble that you have never seen a day in your life. This is a spiritual matter I'm talking about. You trespassing. I may forgive you of your trespassing when it's happening, it's all over with, but you may not know to live to see that I forgave you. God hates a thief. I'm telling you, people do not be thieving, stealing, and being a thief around people's property. Coming in people's yards, taking their possessions, and thinking that you're not going to pay the price for doing it. You will pay the price. Some people have paid the price with their lives. So people in this community, get the word out. If it's somebody, maybe somebody in your family. Hold on for a minute. Sorry for that. But like I was saying, don't come in my yard. Please don't come in my yard. If I haven't given you permission to tread upon the soil that I live on, don't come in this yard. Don't come into my yard taking stuff from me. If you don't think this land is a holy ground that I walk sometimes around my house, and I pray a lot around here, you mess around and you come here and you could be found laying in this yard the next morning. And I don't have to even put my hands on you. I'm telling you, don't come in my yard. Because I'm not responsible for what's going to happen to you. I'm not responsible at all. But the only thing I know, those tires were knocked down and it was heavy weight. My husband looked at it and he said, no, baby, somebody came across the fence. All right, if you the one that came across that fence, whether you came out of my neighbor's yard, which is back to back of me, or whether you came across my fence or walked in my front yard, you getting ready to lose your life, baby. You're getting ready to lose your life and nobody's not going to even touch you. Do you hear me? Do you understand the ramification of your action? And who houses, you got to be careful about who you pick at. If you even not even picking, you just made a mistake. You better repent. Ask God to forgive you. You walk up in people's yards and you don't walk up out of there living. This is my property. These are my vegetables that I grow back here. These are my plants that I grow back here. Don't come back here messing with my stuff. If that's what you think you can do, I'm telling you. Don't do it, because I promise you, I'm not going to touch you. In the name of Jesus, I will not touch you. And you can still lose your life from coming in my yard. And you better believe that. And you better understand it is true. And it is so. And I decree it and I declare it. No one's coming around my property trying to harm my family and going to be living in the end. Simple as that. Don't even think about it. If you think too hard, you can end up in the emergency room messing with people. Messing with people. I mind my own business, people. I don't even have a traffic ticket. Never had a traffic violation in my life. But when you violating me and mine, coming in my yard, climbing fences, knocking tires over, and you that bad, I wish I was standing around the corner with a club in my hand. I would have hit you with it. I would have knocked you out with it if I seen you coming. You would be definitely halfway dead laying on the ground. Don't come in my yard. And I'm not a violent person. But that's a violation of a person's rights. And you come in there looking for something, trying to steal. And then if somebody end up seeing you from afar and know you don't belong in my yard, then they blow your brains out in this yard. Because, you know, people don't like for folks to mess with folks in this community. We're family down here. I don't know about nowhere else. We West Memphis, but this little subdivision here called Shady Grove. Don't be messing with people down here. Don't be picking at anyone down here. Because you're about to lose your life and don't even know it. We got prayer warriors living all on all these streets around here praying. You lose your life messing with people down here in this community. Simple as that. Stay away from this area. Stay away from this area. You better get the word out, folks. Somebody, climbing folks' fences in this area, in the Shady Grove area. Climbing people's fences. Climbing somebody's fences, trying to break people's gates open. I'm telling you. Don't wake up and people find a person's name in the obituaries from this area or from any area. When a person is having a greenhouse or they have their own property and they have things sitting around their property, they may have left their riding lawnmower out in their yard because it was raining and they covered it up and they forgot. They could have had a whole bunch of stuff on their mind, and you decide to come in their yard to try to take something from them. You decide to come in their yard trying to take something with your lazy, old trifling self. Get out and find you a job or do something. You don't supposed to be trying to steal. Thou shalt not steal. You're a thief. A low-down, dirty thief looking for something to steal, and you're going to lose your life doing that mess. People that like to grow plants and stuff don't want you coming here taking out one of their plants and they don't know it's gone. Because you want it, and somebody else like it, and you want to come and steal it. You better stay out of my yard. You better stay out of my neighbor's yard around here. That's all I got to say about that. A thief is a dangerous individual. A thief is a very dangerous individual. Think about it. You want somebody climbing your fence at nighttime or daytime, and you don't know they're coming across your fence. You don't know why they're coming across your fence, but they came across your fence, or they walked in your yard, or they scoped your area out, and you didn't know they was looking, but they're scoping things out to come into your house or in your yard or around your property to steal it. Homesteaders, that got big acreage of stuff. I'm sure they miss things and they don't even know they're missing it. Because people just think they have a right to come on people's properties and steal their strawberries. Just take anything they want to take because it's in the view. You don't have a right to do it. If you didn't plant a seed in the ground, like Lead Farmer 73 and all these organic gardeners and everybody, or homestead, or family, or homestead farming, I look at everything. And you won't put a seed in the ground. But somebody got some medicinal stuff growing in their backyard. And I'm not talking about no marijuana. Got herbs and spices, golden seal, purple dead nettle grows back here. Somebody gets sick, they want to try to break into your greenhouse area now and steal medicine plants. If you want some medicinal plant, and I have medicinal plant, and I got aloe vera growing back here, just ask me. You have not because you ask not. Ask people for stuff. You'll be surprised what a person will give to you if you ask them for it. But do not come in people's yards and climb their fences and knock stuff over to be stealing. The only reason I'm not filming the area where the tires are down at is because I don't want to put my neighbor's house in this video. If you want something in life, don't expect anyone to hand it out to you on a silver platter. Get up off your backside, ladies and gents, and make your money. Make your living. Create your own business if you don't have a job. We are creators. We got talents and everything. There's no need to be jumping fences and stealing from somebody. Jumping fences and about to lose your life and you don't even know it. Nothing should be coming around people's dwelling places unwelcome. How would you feel if I knock at your door? It can be broad daylight. And you said, well, I'm busy right now, Miss Tellis Ford. I can't see you right now. And I put my hand out, push your door open now. And you trying to say, no, Priscilla, I'm busy today. And I'm saying, no, I need to talk to you about something. Don't you know that would make a person upset? Think about it. You're trying to tell me you're busy, and I got my hands holding your door open so you can't close. I need to talk to you about something. What you going to do to me? And you can know me, but what you going to do to me if I'm acting like that? So what you think I'm going to do to a strange person or anybody I know? would want to do to you. Don't come back in people's backyards or their front yards, man, woman, trying to take stuff. In Shady Grove community, get the word out. Police officers, get the word out. We don't need no one down here in this area doing this. No one in any area, all over the land. People don't want to work. Times are hard, and somebody want to just start stealing now. And I understand what they say is going to get worse before it gets better. Well, let the worst get worse, and the better got to get better, because you know what? People are going to be falling dead from doing stuff. And they're not going to know what hit them. Let me wondering, like, how come I can't walk no more? Well, if you come across my fence and I didn't give you permission, that's why you're unable to walk now. Don't come over my fence. Don't come over my fence. If you're even coming through my yard, going to my neighbors, with my neighbors. Because you're going to get exactly what's coming to you. Don't come around my neighbor's house. And you know who I'm talking about. Any of my neighbors. Whether I can see their house or not. Don't come around their houses. Go somewhere and find you a job. Create you a business. Get your life together. Stop being a bum walking around. Giving up on life. Giving up on God. But you want to come across somebody's fence and find something to try to steal something. I believe the Lord will send 50 raccoons. Wild raccoons. The ones that I catch with my cage that's sitting over there in the cut. And you want to come across somebody's yard. And on you like lightning, eating you, tearing you all to pieces till you almost dead. Don't come around my yard. That make you feel violated. Somebody know, I'm going to climb across Miss Priscilla, your fence. I'm going to jump on that, and I'm going to climb on that. I'm going to hold on to this and step on this and that. And I'm going to go across that fence. And I'm going to go over to other people's yard. They don't know I'm in their yard. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. The Lord know you in people's yards. The eyes of the Lord is everywhere, observing the good and the evil that people are doing. And you're doing some evil. You're going to be laid out, stretched out. I'm telling you, you better stay away from people's yards, people. I'm going to tell you what happened to me, and I'm going to end this video when I was a little girl. Everybody know Cool Breeze. And they got a case of coronavirus up there in that nursing home, too. A resident got coronavirus in that nursing home. Yeah, that's honest to God truth. And workers have been tested positive for COVID-19. Yeah, right there where Cool Breeze is at. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But what can we do about it? But back to what I was saying. About thieves and rogues and people that want to steal and take from people. Want to steal from all elderly people. Want to just do stuff because they think no one's not watching them. This thing. When I was a young girl, I wanted a bubble gum. I went in the store with my mom and dad, and I was down kind of low. I could pick the bubble gum up. And I think we was in Pick Pack or either Safeway back in the day. I can't remember. Probably Safeway. I picked that bubble gum up, and I hid that bubble gum in my little pocket. And got back outside in the car. And I got ready to open that bubble gum up, and that paper was rattling back there. And he saw my dad, Cool Breeze. My mom, too. They was looking at me. Telling me, where you get that from, girl? Like, my goodness. I said, out the store. Only thing I know, the car cut off. Cool Breeze got out. Esau Patterson got out of that car. Opened that back door up. Said, come on, get on out of here. Made me get out. With the bubble gum in my hand. With the paper all unwrapped. I was going to eat me a bubble gum, but said. He said, you going back in that store. And you're going to put that bubble gum back where you got it from. Little girl. I was scared. I ain't going to lie to you. I was scared that day. I was real scared. So, he walked me back over there by that cash register where I had bent down and picked up me a nice, juicy, sweet bubble gum. I was going to eat me some bubble gum, baby. I put it back. The manager was looking at my dad, and my dad was looking at the manager. He was smiling. That manager was smiling at me, but I ain't have nothing on the inside to smile about. I couldn't find out 1 inch of anything to be smiling about. Cool Breeze said, uh-huh, you stealing. He said, you stealing. Girl, don't you know you stealing, young girl, you stealing. And I was like, stealing? He said, I'm going to show you when I get back to the house. You don't do that. You don't do that. And don't you all know? Woo! I just didn't want to be in that vehicle riding back. My mom, she was just looking at me. She didn't say anything. I mean, Cool Breeze had it. I'm looking at her, I'm just saying, anybody help me. Please help me. I'm talking about thieves, people that grow up to be a thief because you didn't get what Cool Breeze put on me. I can tell you what happened. That's why you're walking around stealing and stuff, trying to steal people's stuff. It doesn't even belong. After a while, you'll be hijacking people and shooting people at gunpoint. Somebody got to stop you. You got to be stopped while you can be stopped and you still living. So, I think by the time I got home, I was throwing up. I can't remember. I think I was throwing up, though. My goodness. The man said, you don't steal, young girl. You get you a job. If you want bubble gum, you get you a job. You make your own money. You start your business. And you buy what you need and buy what you want. But you don't go in no store stealing a bubble gum. You'll be in jail. So he snatched that belt off like a whip. It was all over with people. Long story short, I don't steal. I do not steal. And I'm not bragging. I don't have a traffic violation against me. There's no speeding tickets or nothing. And now somebody won't come around me and knock my tires down in my yard, whether you coming up out of my neighbor's yard, coming across the fence, coming out of my yard, but you done came in my yard. I don't even have a traffic violation. And you trying to give me a felony. But you're not. Stay out of people's yards. Now you'll feel something like a bolt of electricity hit you if you ever come close to my property line. And then some she bears may run out of the woods from somewhere and just tear you all to pieces. It's possible. Meddling. Mind your own business, people. And where am I forever advancing yourself, people? You all know how we do this thing. We take it from level to level to level to level. And that's why I got this plant, a black magic growing here, because I took it from level to level to level to level. And somebody need to get the word out. Pass the word on, Shady Grove community. We got a thief in the area. Somebody that want to try to break in somebody's house. Let the devil use you. But we're going to touch and agree all over the land. If anybody coming around anybody property, whether it's, I don't care in what city or state it's in, I want you to feel a bolt of electricity hit you and knock you off that fence or wherever you're trying to take or steal, and knock you out flat, and you lay there for about an hour or so. Maybe don't kill them, but knock your tail out for a while. Then when you get up, you'll realize something happened to you because you was trying to steal and take something from people. People work too hard for what they got. And they don't even want to be working like this here in this here pandemic. They got to go to work every day and chance on their life. And you coming around somebody's house trying to take something. Pray, people. A thief is a dangerous person. A thief is a dangerous individual. Yeah, I'm talking about it today. My tire down. I don't know if they climbed the fence from one side of the fence or my side of the fence, but the tires are down. I don't know. It could be yours tomorrow if you don't say something about it and do something about it. Keep your windows locked and keep your doors locked, people. Get up and double check them if you have to. Because you mess around in this season and this time and you have to kill somebody. And then there you go. You got a felony on you then. Well, no, self-defense, but still you have to kill them. You have to live with that stuff. Nobody want to be shooting anybody. But you need to stay out of people's yards. Stay away from people's property. That spinach is looking lovely. Well, all right, Facebook family and friends. I want you all to have a fabulous day today. But be more proactive about your safety measures around your house. Do what you have to do. You know, no one wants to get in trouble. No one wants to take a person's life. But people the children the way they should go while they're young. Beat them when they steal a bubble gum. Beat them when they steal stuff. Talk to them and then tighten up that butt. You spare the rod, you spoil the child. When you beat their tails, you love them children. When you spare their rods, you don't love them. Because if you don't, tap that tail up every once in a while. That's my belief. Yeah, that keeps them in line. Nobody want to be getting on whipping, but sometimes you got to do it because the Bible tells you, don't spare it. Don't spare it, because you'll spoil them. Then they'll be trying to climb over people's fences and steal stuff, and then they're going to end up dead. Then what you going to be doing? You're going to be crying. Talk to them now. Talk to those little young kids now crawling around on the floor in Pampers, tearing stuff up, pulling up on tables, knocking stuff over. Make them stop behaving like that. Tap that hand. They ain't that cute. My husband used to think that too until one of them said, no. He thought all both of them was cute until one of them opened their mouth one day and said, no. I would put you on blast, but I tell you, you didn't say no more. Yep, didn't say no more. It was Sharice. Ooh, that's funny to me. I don't think about it because I had told him, I said, you better say something to these girls. I said, don't let her do that. I said, stop letting her get away with stuff like that. He'd just be laughing. One day I walked through that living room and that little girl looked up at him and said, no. I said, oh, no, you didn't. Ooh, he tore her up that day. He tore them little hands up. I felt sorry for her. Oh, I felt sorry for my baby. But I know he was beating that foolishness out of her. Talking about no. And I said, ooh, if you don't deal with that right now, I'm going to tear her up. But I didn't have to tell Talis for it, nothing, boy. He got that girl and tore them hands up. She fell out in the floor, boy. She didn't think her daddy would touch her. Oh, she didn't think daddy would touch her, but he tore her up that day. And she fell out and kicked and screamed and kicked and rolled and did all kind of stuff because he whooped her. But people, be blessed. Be blessed, Mighty River Bicycle Club. And where are my forever advancing yourself, people? You all know how we do it. You all know how we do it. Stay out of my yard, though. And I mean it. Be blessed, people. Bye-bye.